Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to my 3 takeaways from the McKeown episode that I just posted this past Monday. I hope you guys really enjoyed that episode. It started off like we talked a lot about essentialism. Really, he's the New York Times bestselling author of Essentialism. If you didn't listen to it, you don't know who he is. I don't know what you're doing, because this guy is someone that you need to listen to. It's somebody that you need to take in content from, because the idea of essentialism is one of the most important things that you can try to grasp, and one of the most important things that you can try to implement this day and age to try to be the best version of yourself and to try to be the most mentally sound version of yourself, really. And we'll go into a decent amount of these during the takeaways, but make sure that you go back and listen to it. Make sure that you send it to a friend, because like I said, this skill is so important for everybody to get closer to the best version of yourself. And you don't want to leave your friend or your family member behind. You want them practicing the principles of essentialism as well. Make sure you leave a rating and review. That's the easiest way that you can support the show, along with sharing it to others. But just go to Apple or the Apple Podcast app, to iTunes, give it a quick review. Let me know what you thought. That's a great way for it to help move up the ranks in the iTunes system. Also, if you're not subscribing to my Monday Motivation Trio newsletter, you guys need to make sure you're going to nickcarrier.com/111-newsletter. But without further ado, let's get right into my 3 takeaways. And today, actually, of course, I have a 4th bonus takeaway, because there was just too good of stuff to leave out. Takeaway number 1 is I choose to versus I have to. And this is really a huge paradigm shift that he had, and that so many of us need to have. So he was in law school in England, and then he did a trip actually for a friend's wedding over in the States in America, and he wanted to do like as much meeting people and as much learning as possible when he was over in America. So he was meeting with a lot of different teachers and different people in business, and he was having a conversation with somebody, and the person said, well, if you decide to move to America, let me know, and you can be a consultant with us, and you can work with us. And he was like, what do you mean if I decide to move to America? I can't decide. I'm in law school. It's not something that I can change and go do. And that's when he kind of realized, he's like, oh, actually it is something that I can choose to do. I don't have to do law school. I choose to do law school, or I choose to do something else. And he gave a great story with his son, and his son playing soccer, and how they actually used this principle to decide that his son was not going to play soccer that year. But just realizing that you have ownership of the decisions that you make, that you choose to make certain decisions. You don't have to make any decisions. Takeaway number 2 is saying no is actually good behavior. Now, so many of us are people pleasers. I know I sometimes can be, and we just want to say yes to other people. We just want to say, yes, we can go to lunch with you. Yes, we can go to dinner with you. Yes, we can help you out with this project. Yes, coworker, I can help you with this thing right now. But in the reality of the situation is, that person might be happy immediately that you're able to help them. But if you're saying no to a bigger yes, then they're going to end up ultimately respecting you a little bit more. So they might be happy immediately if you say yes, but if you say no, then they're going to actually going to lead to longer term respect. And the other thing to realize that I think I need to realize for myself in helping me say no, and also not requesting so much of others, is so many times when others request of our time, they don't really think that much about what they're requesting for. They'll make a request, and then maybe a couple of days later, it's not really that important to them anymore. But you're like, oh, I just spent a few hours working on this for you. So a lot of times, it's not really that important to them. So you need to have a slow yes. So if you're going to say yes to the person, ask them why. Make sure you ask of them a little bit deeper into why they're actually asking you to do that particular thing. Takeaway number 3 is take control of your time. I know so many times we kind of play the victim card with news updates, with notifications on our phone, and we're like, oh, these apps are so addictive, I can't do anything about it. It's like, no. Take responsibility for your time and take control of it. Just because these things are built to make us addicted to them, don't let that be your excuse. Still do everything in your power to make sure that you're doing what you want to do. You're spending the time how you want to spend it. And I know for me, one of the biggest things that helps me do that is I have my phone on Do Not Disturb 99% of the day. I have all my notifications turned off, because I am not going to let these outside things, these external forces, grab me and take my time away, because I want to use the time how I want to spend it. So take control of your time and don't fall victim to the different apps, breaking news, notifications. And then takeaway number 4, the bonus takeaway, is don't push yourself to the extremes. Now, I have a very specific way I'm kind of targeting this takeaway. kind of with politics, to be honest with you, everything that is breaking news or everything on social media, every ad that pops up or every ad that pops up on YouTube or all the suggested that you should watch on YouTube, like all these things are based off of what you've clicked on in the past. And so it's like, if I click on something that is a conservative point of view or a liberal point of view, then the algorithm is going to feed you more extreme things from that point of view. Therefore, making you believe that your side is more and more right, making you believe that the other side is more and more wrong. And then when something happens that proves, if you will, that the other side is more and more extreme, then you're going to think, oh yeah, that justifies my belief. The other side is so extreme. The other side is so dangerous. Like, I'm watching these commercials the other day of like political commercials, and it's talking about how dangerous the other side is. And it's like, all these things are doing is pitting us against each other. And then we talked about with Greg, he was like, how we overcome this is we have to be willing to listen to others. We have to be willing to sit down and hear other people's opinions out. And I think that's just so important now more than ever, because so many of these things are pitting us against other people and thinking other people are, quote, dangerous. But again, guys, my 4 takeaways. Number 1 is I choose to versus I have to. Make sure you make that shift, that your decisions are something that you have control over. You don't have to do anything. You choose to do certain things. Takeaway number 2 was saying no is actually good behavior. Other people might not be happy immediately with you, but it will lead to longer term respect. Takeaway number 3 was take control of your time. Don't let the fact that these apps, these notifications, these breaking news alerts are addicting. Don't let that fact get the best of you. Take control of your time. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb. Turn your notifications off, whatever you have to do so you can do what you want to do with your time. And then takeaway number 4 was don't push yourself to the extremes. Don't fall victim to all these ads that are coming at you, all these pop-ups that are coming at you that is making the other side seem so dangerous, but be willing to actually listen to others and dive a little bit deeper into the different opinions and things of that nature. I hope you guys enjoyed these 4 takeaways from Greg. Again, if you've not listened to the episode, you've got to go back and listen to it. Somebody who listened to it the other day said that I think it's one of the most important podcasts that people can listen to now, really because of that 4th takeaway. And Greg talked about how he thinks that we could be, on the verge of potentially civil war. Now that might be like a little bit of an extreme, but who knows? But we are pitted against each other right now. So you guys need to make sure you go listen to the episode. You need to make sure that you send it to a friend or family member who you think could get something out of it. So other than that, take these takeaways, start implementing them into your life so you can start to get closer to your best